Hey everybody, so welcome to the quick tutorial on Python. Today we're going to talk about f-strings. F-strings are also called as formatted string literals, and f-strings are a new addition to the 3.6 version. And what it does basically is that it sort of makes the language more intuitive, because if you use the f expression before your regular expressions, you can start formatting it using a variable which you have declared earlier. So what do I mean by that is f strings, basically let's just talk about the definition of f strings. So f strings are string literals that have an f at the beginning and a curly brace containing the expression that will be replaced with their values. Now what do I mean by that is, let's look at a particular example below. So let's say we have a name variable here, and the variable name is called Fred, and the age is 42, and let's say we're going to print that name. So if we are going to use f string format, if you don't use the f string format, then we're going to get a syntax error here. Now if you use an f string format here, we can input the name and the age here, and you can use the format function here. Now this is if you don't want to use the format function here, and if you didn't have the f string here, then you would have had to add so much of additional method data here. So you have to add the format date method here, you have to add the name here, you have to declare what the name corresponds to and what the age corresponds to. So it's almost as if you're opening a class here and declaring it. So that was the previous method, but now with the new method, what you're going to do is, because you got a f string in front of you, you are simply going to remove all of that, and I've written the code here already, and you're going to add an f here and use the same code, and you're going to add the name and the age variables here, and we're done with the format method altogether. So we don't need to use the format method anymore, and will give us the same answer. Just for brevity sake, I'm going to change the age to 3, and it will show us as 43 now. So that's what this does. So this is a very useful and intuitive function. It's very easy also for somebody who's reading the code to understand that the name corresponds now to this variable and age corresponds to this variable. So this is one key difference. The second one is you can also manipulate the data using this. So let's say you have a multi-line code, okay, and I want to type that. Now if I had to sort of use the previous method, I would have to add /n sort of thing, a new line after this, but here I don't have to do. I just have to use these 3 quotation marks at the beginning and the end, like your doc string, and it sort of helps you divide the data into different areas. So I can have 3 or 4 areas, and it will sort of get that into it. And you can also add expressions within the expression. So for example, within the name expression that I'm using here, what I'm also doing is that I'm sort of changing that to an uppercase. So I'm using this dot upper method to change that to uppercase. And here if you notice, I'm using the multiplication function, and in fact I'm going one step ahead, and I'm just sort of multiplying that 7 variable within number 8 here. So if I do that, I will still get a different answer. I'll still get the same result that I want to, if I want it here too. So this is a good example here of saying how easy Python is now becoming, because now you're able to sort of manipulate data very easily, and you don't have to worry about a lot of counterintuitive things which Python had. And this is how the program sort of ages, I guess, because as the program gets older, it sort of refines itself and makes itself better than its previous generation. So one last example I'm going to show to you is this example, where I'm going to use a loop to display the same variable in a different number of times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a range loop here from 1 to 10, and I'm going to run that here. And when I run that function here, I would see that the value n is printed 9 times here. Okay, so this is being looped. The number of times it's been looped 9 times from 1 to 9. And you can also add expressions here if you wanted to. Like for example, I wanted to add some zeros here, I can do that as well. So you can play around with the data quite literally and quite easily. So this was a quick tutorial on f strings, what f strings does, and how is it made the life really simple for people who are using the new versions of Python. And so f string is quite a useful, intuitive method now, so please incorporate that into your code. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and if you want to subscribe for more videos, you go ahead and do that. We're going to start a series where I'm going to talk about Python as a programming language. Then we will start moving into Python and blockchain, because that's the latest technology that Python sort of supports as well. And we're going to see how we write smart contracts in Python. So if you're interested in those things, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you there then. Goodbye. Have a nice day.